Some people imagine that you become a visible authority by trying to achieve visible authority. Some imagine that's how you become a championship golfer. Now, a true competitor can do either one of those things that particular way, but when they approach the end result, from the end result, they end up more miserable than the one who only fantasizes about it. I don't think any of us are here long enough that we can afford to live a life like that. But you can become a visible authority and be happy along the way. So let's look at this through the lens of golf. Why golf? Because it's a four-letter word, which is what people starting to do video tend to use a lot. Every April, the best golfers in the world converge at the Masters. For 4 grueling days on the toughest course in the world, a few dozen guys try to earn the right to that coveted green jacket and all that goes with it. Just like when a video scores a great new client. But the real story is a little more nuanced. One day you might play like a champ. And the next day you play like a chump. Just like in video. Some days, shooting seems easy. Everything falls into place. Some days, it feels like you can't even tie your shoes. What made the difference? Well, I can tell you, it's not really experience or even knowledge. Books could be written about what the winners didn't know that they should have. It's not athleticism. Well, thank goodness that isn't a requirement for us. But that's just on the plus side. What about the minus side? Like having your every move scrutinized in public. Just like every video you make. And that everything you're supposed to do to hit a great shot seems so counterintuitive. You stand sideways over a tiny ball with a little stick. The hole is so far away you can't see it. Don't look at the hole or the shot will soar into the trees or dribble into a pond. Nothing in golf makes sense, just like in video. Everything you ever learned about public speaking flies right out the window as soon as that little red button is pushed. What happened? Well, maybe you started thinking like an announcer. Like when a golfer misses a putt and the commentator says, "A golden chance missed," or "He's got to hit the center of the fairway and feed it off the back slope." What they don't say is that none of that is under the golfer's direct control, just as making a sale from a video is not in your control. But something must be. I believe all these men have one thing that their competitors simply lack. It's not preparation. They all study the courses. They watch the game films.
Got you about 118 to cover, 124 pin. You think like a hard gap wedge?
No, Jim, I think it's just a comfortable pitching wedge shot.
Their caddies know every inch of the layouts. They'll do drills for 100 hours on one kind of sand shot. And well, they all love the game and respect the rules. In video, that means attention to the details. They all work very hard at playing only the shot that's in front of them, being in the moment instead of being somewhere else. In video, being somewhere else usually means you end up with no sound, or no image, or no sales. Then there's your motivation. The third place finisher at the Masters this year admitted to becoming greedy instead of giving himself to the game. He was trying to make the ball do something, to get somewhere. When you're trying to make a video, are you trying to be as clear as you possibly can? Or are you really trying to make someone do something? But even experience, knowledge, athleticism, preparation, love of the game, being in the moment, and having the right motivation aren't what make the difference. Without this X factor, just like golf, this video stuff will humble you. If you really want to deliver a message with crystal clarity, which is the only way to deliver an aha moment, you cultivate a trait that will bring all the others to life. Imagination. The great golfers just have more of it. They understand that in order to do those 73 counterintuitive things they have to do in the right order at explosive speeds, they first have to see it in their mind's eye, how the shot could go. The clearer they are, the better those moments seem to go. At the Masters, the greens go up and down, and the grass is almost like glass. Without imagination, you don't stand a chance. The great thing about video is that your imagination can be focused on the words, the music, the images, the ideas, or the story. The second place finisher this weekend was a young guy competing for the very first time in a major, and he said, "When I catch myself thinking about what could go wrong, I let myself dream about what could go right." This year's winner is a 42 long named Scotty Scheffler. His wife is days away from giving birth. Before the tournament, he said that no matter where he was in the rankings, if he got the call, he'd get to her side immediately. My dad immediately got to the racetrack and bet on a horse called Stevie's Boy. If it hadn't won, I might have been named Stable Genius. The point is, even at the highest level on the pecking order, life asks us to keep things in perspective. So here's how to do this and save some time in the process. Develop your imagination every day, a few minutes at a time, simply by imagining the world you want to live in. That also puts things in perspective. And be prepared, because then you might well get the question: how long should I wait to get serious about bringing a clearer message to the people I really want in my world?